Christmas. Merry Christmas. Festivus and Christmas.
It's time to get festive. Yeah, we're gonna count down some holiday horror.
We want to definitely Merry Christmas, Happy Festivus, Feliz Navidad, Happy Hanukkah to all 5 Jewish people in Eastern Kentucky and the millions around the world.
Right.
Special show tonight, Uncle Bill. We're bringing back a classic. It's a new classic. The Tears for Fears. And we already got a crowd in here. Peter Swaler is in here.
You got to have Peter Swaler.
Today.
Peter Swaler says, "What's up, fellers?"
What's up, Peter Swaler?
Yeah.
A lot of people in here already. Adrian James, Ken Carlson, Clifton, Mike B, Witch Hunter, Ian Lives, Phantasmat, Justin Smith. We've got J Reel's Nutbag in here. Y'all want to know what's in his sack, bulls?
No, I'm good. I think I unfortunately already know.
Do y'all see who's back there, bulls? Can you tell?
Oh my God. The legend lives.
So Blizzard Bob, bulls. Let's see here. Hang on a second. See if I might blow something up trying to do this, but no, I better not.
Yeah, it looks like it's starting to like freak out.
I better just leave it alone. So appreciate everybody coming in tonight. We got a lot of movies to get through, so we're going to be getting right to it here in just a minute. But we do have a couple of questions, and the crowd tonight is going to help us out with some of these because some of these movies I haven't seen, and I don't know if you've seen either.
No, some of them
on this list, and it's not a definitive list. So if we miss any, let us know which ones, and we could maybe include them next year, right?
Hell yeah. I mean, there's got to be some we haven't put on here, but like there's probably 1,000 indie movies that have some sort of Christmas theme that there's no way you can include all that stuff in there.
No. Question from our buddy Ken Carlson. Where is the 4Ks? Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Christmas Evil. I would have thought we'd be seeing upgrades now from Vinegar Syndrome and Shout Factory. I'm sure they're coming.
Yeah, they got to be coming with those. That makes sense, but I don't know.
Honestly, like I'm fine with the Blu-rays for both of those. I'm not upgrading every damn movie.
There's some stuff I just wonder, like, well, how would that even look better in 4K? Like, how the fuck would Christmas Evil look better in 4K?
Or Silent Night, either one of them.
Yeah.
Really. Silent Night, Bloody Night, bulls. We'll be talking about that here in a little bit, I'm sure. 4K of Black Christmas 2000. I think that's probably forthcoming. That'll probably come out.
Here's the weird thing about that, though, is it seems like here lately, like I've heard a ton of people talk about that movie. It's got some sort of new cult following or something. To where like you never heard anything about that movie for 15 years, and all of a sudden, like people are like, "Oh God, I love it."
Yeah, we are doing Christmas horror only. So I mean, it's primarily all horror. I thought about throwing a couple random ones in there, but I didn't. Merry Christmas to Antonis. Merry Christmas to you. Elves, or some love for Elves, starring Dan Haggerty and his Marlboro Lights. So, Tears for Fears, Uncle Bill. This is your concept here. Uh-oh, Paul Stanley's in here, boys.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's good to have you in here, Paul.
Ooh.
I'm glad you can make it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're retiring, though.
Some vodka and orange juice.
Some people like tequila.
Honestly, though, the one that freaked me out today, and this is totally legit. So we're big wrestling fans here at Dead Pit, or Uncle Bill's at least a classic wrestling fan. He's, followed the great sport for many years. But on our Instagram page, which is at Into the Dead Pit, we've had a big influx of followers on there lately. And I saw one that pop up today, and I looked, And it said something like WWE Sheamus or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's just a fan or something, right? So I was just looking on there, and sure enough, it had the little icon beside the name, and I clicked on the Instagram page. It's got like fucking 8 million followers on there. It is the Celtic Warrior himself is a fan of Dead Pit.
Why do you think that is exactly? Like, I can't picture him being a fan of like horror movies for some reason.
I don't know. I think he might be though, man. That has to be it because we don't post any wrestling shit hardly at all.
No.
I don't think we've posted any wrestling stuff. So I thought that was pretty neat. Prestonsburg's local Santa is in here.
Oh, fuck.
Look, buddy.
Looks
Look,
like
Prestonsburg's local Santa. Need to settle it down. And if we got time, well, it depends on how fast we go through these. We may have some unboxings to do a little bit later. Add that into part of it, right? Because
yeah, I got mine.
I got a package in today, and I know you said you got a couple packages in. So if you stay tuned towards the end of the show, we may be unboxing some physical media, baby. Physical media, and that's what everybody likes. They like talking about boxes and cardboard.
Everybody likes the physical media, yeah.
You want to get physical,
No, who else likes Dead Mantar? That'd be fucking killer.
He might have liked us at one time. He unfortunately passed away not too long ago.
I was thinking, yeah, isn't he dead? Yeah. He didn't like us anymore.
Dead Pit is big with the gingers. Well, you might be onto something.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 76 people in here on a Thursday night talking holiday horror, Christmas horror movies.
We need 100 or I ain't even going to do it. I ain't even going to bring up the tier list until we get 100 people in here.
That ain't too much to ask, is it?
What do you think about that?
Where's Dana at? Is she still doing her stream?
She's still doing the exact same stream, yeah. Oh God!
We got to at least have a day to promote what we're going to do. Like, yeah, that's ridiculous. We can't just like do like a blind. We can't promote it. We don't know what the fuck it is. It's random.
That's right.
Spin the wheel, make the deal.
I miss spin the wheel, make the deal.
Garrett is, I think that he is preparing his voice for some sort of Joe Bob Briggs thing that he's going to tomorrow. That's what he told us.
He's preparing his throat for something, Wolves.
He's getting some extra lubrication in it tonight.
That's all we know for sure.
Alpha Romero, there's something bad wrong with you.
I feel really bad. Isn't that out on like fucking Blu-ray?
It's on Blu-ray now, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it'll benefit from Blu-ray, but the only positive thing I could say about John Russo's Santa Claus, and it may be on the tier list here in a little bit. Who knows? Who's to say? Debbie Rochon in 1996 was a bit of all right.
Yeah, Debbie Rochon throughout that whole time period, like when she was in the trauma movies and stuff, like that's probably the early 2000s. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I'd get all holly and jolly with her. No problem. Back in 1996, at least. So,
are you ready though? I'm just bullshitting about that. We're almost to it, actually.
We're almost to 100, but we'll get there. John Russo's Facebook page is ridiculous, by the way. Like that guy.
He said, what was he selling the other day? Something completely fucking random.
He was selling like
a
weightlifting trophy of his from like the 40s or whatever.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
He's like, I got a set of pencils, number 2 pencils that I wrote with.
Who do you think was hotter though, Uncle Bill? Like 2008 Danielle Harris versus 1996 Debbie Rochon. It's the era's versus game.
God, man. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't think there were many people hotter than Debbie Rochon back when Debbie Rochon was Debbie Rochon in it.
I gotta say, I was thinking Debbie Rochon's probably hotter around that time frame.
Like, she probably could have been a legit movie star if she didn't she wasn't a very good actor. I mean, she was all right.
What a set of knockers, though.
Well,
So, yeah, Wonder This World agrees. Debbie over Danielle, easy.
most people are saying Debbie. Yeah.
John Russo's that was the John Russo movie, The Majorettes, which that was rumored to come out for a while, but I'm fine with it never coming out.
Talking about.
All right, are we going to get this list queued up because we've got over 40 titles?
I'm ready
on this
Here
list.
We go.
And we're getting all holly and jolly with you motherfuckers tonight.
So you can probably guess some of them, but I'll bet there'll be some surprises on here.
And we're going to be going through them randomly. It's total random list here. We're going to go through you got the old faithfuls, you got the drizzling shits, the shits, meh, good. But the best is, this time, what is it, Uncle Bill?
It slays. So,
you ready?
Like you said, we need to get started because it's going to take forever to get through all these fucking movies. There's more Christmas themed horror movies than you could ever possibly imagine. This is just the tip of the iceberg, really.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get started with our number one, which isn't really like, this is kind of cheating, but it does have one of the more memorable Christmas themed segments. It's an anthology series from the 70s, Tales from the Crypt, the original movie from the 70s, which has the classic Santa killer segment in it that would later go on to be a Tales from the Crypt episode in the 90s.
Which that was based on a comic story from, what was it, EC Comics?
Yeah, it was an actual,
Yeah. And that, I think that back in the 50s, maybe, when that came out, like, that pissed all kinds of people off, like parents and stuff, about an evil Santa Claus in the comic books. I didn't grow up with Tales from the Crypt, the movie. That segment's awesome. I enjoy that segment, but the rest of the movie, I don't give a shit about, really. I mean,
no. Well, I mean, I think the one other segment in there with, I almost said Peter Vincent, but no, I know who I mean. The one where he comes back from the dead, and what is that fucking guy's name? Why can't I think of his name? I can't think of any names anymore. Not Christopher Lee, but the other guy that was always in those movies. Peter Cushing. Yeah, I thought that one was pretty good. But overall, like, anybody that watches this anthology remembers the Christmas episode the most.
Yeah, that's the only one anybody ever references.
Yeah,
and it is legendary. I mean, that, I would say, first. Well, would that be the first killer Santa Claus in a movie?
Yeah, it is. Right? It is. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, that particular segment's awesome. Like, the only flaw that I have with it is that it's like so early in the 70s that was made that none of the blood looks realistic whatsoever. It looks like just literally like paint, like they poured out. But other than that, like, the segment itself, it's got Joan Collins in it, and she does an amazing job. It's really, really good.
That's where I would put it. It's good.
Okay, we can do that.
Do you
agree? I think most people seem to agree with that. Yeah.
Back in the swing of things, put it in good. Tales from the Crypt 72.
So,
which that was one that's another one that Scream Factory could do a 4K. I could totally see them doing a 4K of that one. But
the one we were just talking about's next, though. Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Listen, that movie's a piece of shit.
It is.
Like, it's awful.
It is, but Debbie Rochon's tits save it from the drizzling shits.
You think?
I think so.
Okay.
Just looking at her from that time frame, like, how old was Debbie Rochon when this movie came out? I don't even know.
Somebody look it up because I can't.
Dude, God, I mean, amazing.
I'd say, what would she be like? We're talking about the night. She'd be 30s, in her 30s in this.
She would, yeah, at least 30s, maybe late 20s. I don't know. How old is Debbie Rochon anyway? Her tits
She
save it
was
from the
acting.
drizzling shit.
Okay. I saw something today where she did a college film in 1986. So if that tells you anything,
Okay, so she would have been what, 20? So
she's got to be in her 30s. Yeah.
yeah,
For
probably in her
this.
30s. But God, I mean, that movie is a piece of shit. I'm not lying. The movie itself's awful. And
So
that's one that I think Garrett wasn't that one that he bought the Blu-ray. I didn't rebuy that.
I didn't either.
I'm fine
Yeah.
with my DVD of that. But yeah, TerrorVision I think released like a big special edition or whatever. And he got all excited about it. I was like, dude, have you seen this movie? And I don't know what he said. I say the shits. What about you?
Yeah. I think that's pretty good. So her tits save her from the drizzling shits.
Yeah.
But she's going into the shits. Up next, I watched this movie about 2 days ago. Again, just because I wanted to make sure that I had seen what I had actually seen. It's not technically a Christmas movie because like nothing in it really relates to it does take place on Christmas though. And
Mhm.
but the movie itself is a bunch of Wisconsin hunters get murdered by like ancient samurai, and one of the Wisconsin wives has like psychic carry telekinesis powers that she fights them with. It's one of the weirdest fucking movies ever made. It's called Bloodbeat. Vinegar Syndrome released it. It takes
No.
place on Christmas.
I don't
It's
think
also
I don't think I own that, and I don't think I ever will after hearing you describe it.
it's it's really fucking bad. Like, I mean, I don't know, about as
I
bad as it gets.
Yeah. So the you got your vote, and then we'll let the listeners or the viewers vote on it. What do you
I
put Bloodbeat?
I would put, I would probably put it in the shits just because like it's so like bad that it almost transcends badness into goodness almost, but not entirely. So I'd probably put it in the shits.
What about
I
you
think
guys
they're
in the chat? Shits, drizzling shits, meh, good, or does it slay?
two people are saying the drizzling shits. That gives you any indication.
That's another vinegar
And
syndrome special too.
most people haven't seen it, but like it was one of the very, very early Vinegar Syndrome titles that came out.
It does sound very shitty.
Good. Shut the fuck up. Uh,
Weird subtitles, huh? TJ. What does TJ stand for? Anybody know?
hmm.
I want to know, TJ.
I'm gonna put it in the shits. I think that's.
Yeah, the
I don't
shits.
think. I don't
It's
think.
the
I think there's.
fucking shit.
I think there's other movies on here that'll probably be worse than this. So the next movie I haven't seen, but I've heard a lot about it. Doesn't this one also have Shepis in it?
What is it? Deathcember?
Deathcember.
I'm not sure who's in it, but just from what I've seen of it, I'm putting it in the drizzling shits.
Anybody that's seen Deathcember probably now would be the time to weigh in because I don't think either one of us are qualified to talk about this one.
No, I haven't seen it, but it's called Deathcember, and it just looks like the drizzling shits. I'm pretty sure nobody in the chat's seen it either.
Everybody's like,
Who gives a fuck?
a Bog Zombie seen it. He says, "Yeah, the segments are hit or miss." It's an anthology film. I'm pretty sure it's got like a bunch of different segments in it.
Our buddy Steve is calling in. He's seen it. What'd you think of it, Steve? So, what do you say? The drizzling shits?
Well, we don't really have anybody in here that seems to have seen it. So on that alone, yeah. It's just gonna go into the drizzling shits. I'm sorry.
Sure, let's get it out of here. Out of here.
We saw this next movie, man. Hold on, let me move this up a little bit.
The
We
Children.
saw, yeah, we saw that movie. I know we did.
Yeah, I think we reviewed
We
it.
reviewed it. Yep. And my recollection of that movie is that it was actually fairly decent.
Here, let's let me fix this here. I don't want to get nothing in the way of our titles here.
I don't
be
think
professional.
in the way.
Well, we'll put it back up here in a minute. The Children from 2008. It's a British.
Steve says it's a movie. Yeah, it feels like a movie to me.
I remember liking this one though. This is like
I do too.
a legit evil kids movie set around the Christmas holiday. It is very British.
I say we put it in. I agree. Like I think it's good.
Yeah,
Let's go ahead.
Let's go ahead and put it in good. I don't want to argue about it. Didn't somebody announce that that's coming back out recently?
I hadn't heard that, but it's possible that line.
Yeah.
Now this next one, man, is one that we've watched over the years, and
we've been early,
yeah,
very vocal fans of this movie. I think, right? We reviewed this very early on in the original show days, right? Long time ago.
No matter how many times I see this movie, I can't get over how like weird it is and just how uncomfortable it is, and the ending never like disappoints, really.
Yeah, and it's really I always think of this movie, and it's been a while since I've seen it, but it's kind of like if Maniac was like a Christmas movie or something.
That's exactly what it's like. Yeah.
Is a Christmas Evil. The guy's performance. What was the guy's name? I can't remember
have no
now.
idea. I don't think he's
very
well known.
No, but very underrated performance in this movie. And Lewis Jackson, we actually interviewed the director of this back, 15 years ago or longer.
Yeah.
I think that he did a fantastic job making this movie too, because this was a very low budget independent movie. And man, like, did you watch the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray of that? Have you, like, they did the Blu-ray?
I just ordered the Blu-ray of that. I didn't ever have it, but I was able to get it cheap.
It looks like $1 million. So this was 1980. One of the very early holiday horror movies for sure. There was probably a couple before this, but not many. It slays, in my opinion.
Here's the thing, like what Ian Lives is saying over here is kind of true. The first half is like basically the setup for the second half. It's just showing like his days and kind of like how mundane his life is and how unhappy he is, and that's all just really a setup for like the second.
The ending of this is fucking nuts too. It's just so insane.
I'm gonna say I kind of have to agree. It's kind of a classic, man.
I think
it really is, and it's completely unique to anything else on this list. Like I can't think of another movie that's like that fucking weird. And
I still think it probably is underrated to this day. I mean, it's had a few releases, but yeah, that's definitely to me a holiday horror classic.
Yeah, let's just put it up there. It's got to be at least in the top 2.
Yeah.
So what do we got next here?
I see the next one. It looks like it is Dog Code Santa Claus, boys.
It's hard to balance this out and keep it big enough, if you know what I mean.
It'll work. Well, it might. I don't know. We're getting, we'll see. We could change it. No, we'll be all right. I think we'll be fine. Okay.
Dog Code Santa Claus. I hadn't ever seen this movie or even heard about it until what? When did it come out? Like
I had heard like Vinegar Syndrome released the 4K of it, and it did not do very well.
Yes.
And it's still like the limited slipcover and everything is still available, and it's been out for like 3 years or whatever it is. And I had heard people say that Home Alone ripped this French movie off, but I didn't remember what the hell the movie was, but it was this movie. This movie came out in like 88 or 89 in France. Home Alone came out like a year later here in the US. Now,
It's very weird, man. The timing and everything is odd.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely a dark, way more darker movie, Dial Code Santa Claus is than Home Alone. They definitely did like a
Yeah, there's no
lighter-hearted,
comedic element really to I mean, not really in Dial Code Santa
right?
Claus. It's more like a home invasion movie.
It really is. And the guy that dresses up as Santa Claus is a deranged, like child molester, really, right? So the whole story, or do you want to talk about this? Because I think I've talked about it before. Do you want to talk about the plot?
I mean, that's basically the plot. Like the guy, I can't remember exactly how he comes about it. Like there's something in
His
the beginning where he's looking at computers and shit like that. And I guess like
Yeah, the kids, like there's a kid in it that's heavily influenced by like 80s action movies like Rambo. You get the idea like he wants to be like Rambo.
yeah.
And it's a rich kid that lives in this gigantic mansion with his mom and grandpa. And his mom runs like a local like shopping center or mall or something and hires the weirdo to play Santa Claus, and he ends up smacking a kid or touching a kid or something and gets fired, and the guy ends up wanting revenge, so he's trying to get in this woman's house and kill her son and father.
And like his whole gimmick in it is he fucking like fights back and sets traps up and stuff like that, which is a lot of where the Home Alone comparisons and shit like that come in too.
Mhm. And
And
there's montages, there's a lot of great
mhm.
music in this. um this one's severely underrated in my
Well,
opinion.
nobody knows about it
Yeah.
really. That's the thing. Like, I mean, it's just one of those movies that where it was foreign, it was released at a really weird time where you just weren't seeing movies like that. Like, you know, they didn't get kind of releases over here. So it kind of got buried until Vinegar Syndrome put it out. And now it really still isn't that well known, but it's more known now than ever. So I look, it's it's as good as anything else really on
It,
this
I
list.
think it slays.
Yep. I'm gonna
It's
go ahead.
great. It is a fucking great movie. Like I vividly remember the first time I watched that because it was Christmas Day. Do you remember that big snow we got like 3 years ago on Christmas
Oh
Eve and
yeah,
everybody was
yeah.
snowed in and everything? And it was just a perfect movie to watch that day. And my wife won't get into any sort of subtitled movies or anything, but even she was kind of into it because it's so damn good. So it's a great movie.
It really is like an unsung classic. Speaking of which, I mean, this one's not as unsung. I don't think there's any fucking doubt about this next one. Is there really like Black
No,
Christmas, the original Black? Look, we were talking about this the other day on a show, or maybe we were just talking about it together. This movie's still underrated for what it did for
I
like the
think
horror
so.
genre and what it did for slashers and or anything else. Like it's still an underrated movie. It's, I mean, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
even know what to say about it. Like it is the mother of all Christmas horror films, really, in my opinion.
You know, a fun little piece of trivia that people may not know. Black Christmas and Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out the same weekend theatrically.
Jesus, that's a hell of a fucking weekend. That's a weekend I would have
Yeah.
liked to have been around to watch a
Yeah.
movie like that. Yeah. Yeah, and this too, Suspiria Night, where John when we interviewed Carpenter, I asked him this question. I remember this specifically, and he seemed like really offended. It was one of the few times in the interview where he kind of was like the John Carpenter that we know now. And he was just like, no, I never even saw that movie or some shit like that. It's like, yeah, you did, motherfucker. You know you did. Like, he said he worked with Bob Clark or something in that interview, didn't he? Like, or he.
Yeah, they knew each other from
Yeah.
something.
There's no way. No
Well,
way.
especially the opening scene. Like, oh my God. Like, I don't know how you could deny that, but some people do not. And this is interesting because I put a poll up. There's a Black Christmas '06 review that is up on the YouTube page. And when we were premiering it earlier this evening, I put a poll up, and that poll was way too close. It was way closer than I thought it would be. 74 versus '06 Black Christmas. And I was kind of shocked. Some people don't like the original Black Christmas. They say it's too slow. It's too Canadian, whatever they say. I don't know.
But some people think cucumbers taste better pickled. I don't know. People are odd.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this much. Right now, in this moment, it's going to top this fucking list. And ain't nobody would ever convince me it's not at the top of that list.
And number one on the list, huh?
Yeah.
But number one with a bullet
it really is, yeah. I mean, come on, man. It's still a genuinely creepy movie. Like, how many, 40 years later? Like,
yeah,
it is.
Well,
and it's influential to every other horror film that came along and may have accidentally created a whole new slasher film. So there's no way.
Well, I mean, it's interesting too because Black Christmas kind of went away for a while. And it almost seems like the 2006 Black Christmas is doing the same thing. Like, it still doesn't have a US Blu-ray release, which I think that's freaking nuts, especially a movie that made as much money. But we're talking about the original. The original was pretty hard to find for years and years and years until the DVD surfaced. I think Critical Mass did it's Canadian. It was a Canadian DVD, though.
I remember that DVD. Yeah. That was a big deal back in the day.
Yeah. But yeah, one of my favorites for sure. Probably top 10 favorite horror movies. Bob Clark, probably top 5 favorite interview that we ever did for sure. And it slays. What else can we say?
It is the prototype, just like John Cena. The next one on our list is probably one of my favorite movies to go back and watch of all time. Just has the most rewatchability factor of possibly any movie on this list for me. Is Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, Eric Freeman's Revenge. Man, I'll just say this. I love when a film comes together where you can tell the director was making something completely earnestly, not earnest to say it's Christmas, but making something completely honest that he thought was going to be good. And just everything about it is shit. And it transcends being bad. It's just Trolls, Troll 2, all those movies. It just becomes its own entity where it's amazing.
It really is. I've always said this too. And Silent Night, Deadly Night is great as well. But of all the Silent Night, Deadly Night movies, Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, in my opinion, is the best one.
It basically is the first movie, but with Eric Freeman added in for
comedic effect or whatever they were going for.
This is exactly
it was comedy gold.
Yeah, this is exactly how I feel about it too. Suspiria Night says it's legit awful, but somehow slays.
It is they did this a lot back in the day when they didn't have a budget to work with. I would say a good half hour of the movie is scenes from the first movie. The best scenes from the first movie, all the best scenes in the first movie.
Yeah.
And you got Eric Freeman, who was, what was he? Ricky Caldwell? Was that his name? Who was the brother, the younger brother?
So Yeah, you had oh god, Ricky,
And Jerry,
Jerry, Ricky and Bobby. Yeah.
Ricky Bobby. Um, and this was another one too that like I think a lot of people Anchor Bay DVD version of this that had both on it, the original movie, and just didn't recall the sequel and ended up I know me and Uncle Bill did. We ended up falling in love with that sequel because of how goddamn goofy it is and shit. And Eric Freeman is just I mean,
There's
words
just so
cannot
many.
we can't
Yeah,
explain how good it is.
there's so many scenes in that movie with him that are just hilarious, and like you can tell he was given everything he had in his own way. He thought it was going to be like a masterpiece,
Yeah.
and it's just some of the funniest shit, some of the funniest scenes. Anything with the psychiatrist is amazing. Anything with his girlfriend where he fucking kills her and she's like, "Oh no," like trying to get away from
Was
him.
it? Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, and then where the psychiatrist is taking notes, and like the camera pans away. And then when it comes back, like he's like literally 2 inches from the psychiatrist's face, and he's like, "Red car, good point." It's like, did he not notice he got up and walked like fucking right here?
He didn't catch that.
Everything about that movie is
Yeah, Elizabeth Catan was she was also in Friday the 13th Part 7, and wasn't she
the
in a Slumber
ending.
Party Massacre movie or something too?
Yeah, she was one of those, but the ending too, where like you had the mother spirit that had the shit all over her face, like Play-Doh. They just
Yeah,
to
big
make it look.
birthmark supposed to be or something.
The more I talk about it, the more I want to put it in. It slays, but I don't know if it belongs up there with those other movies because it's not good. It's ironically good. It's not like,
I'd put it up there.
all right, I will. In its own way, it is.
I
It's a
think it does
masterpiece.
slay, actually. Yeah, I have fun with it.
I told you I can watch it anytime.
To me, like
And
holiday
just
horror, it should be fun. That none of these movies are really scary, or the majority of them ain't.
yeah. So I just recently came across this movie and just watched it and kind of fell in love with this movie, man. Like, I never seen it, and then Vinegar Syndrome put it out, and I watched it, and then I watched it maybe three or four times in like 2 days because it's just my type of movie. I don't know what that says about me, but Don't Open Till Christmas. It's a very British killer. It's not a killer Santa movie though. It's actually the inverse, which is what makes it so unique, and the way that it's done is pretty awesome. It's like a Friday the 13th movie too. Like there's just one kill, like right after another kill, like right after
It does
another
have a
one,
lot of
like,
death. I think they said 14 death scenes
yeah.
or deaths.
And it's about a guy that goes around stalking like Santa Clauses or people dressed up as Santa Clauses and like, killing them based on his own like past and shit that's happened to him. And the way that he goes about killing them is like really, really creative in a Friday the 13th ish kind of way. I love that movie. I'm not even going to apologize. Like,
I mean, it's not what I would consider a good movie, but I like a bunch of slasher movies like that movie. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a slasher movie fan. And I mean, I recently watched it. I'm not sure I think I attempted to watch it one time years and years ago, but recently was the first time I'd ever seen it all the way through. Because
I think that, oh, go ahead.
The DVD was like pretty much impossible to get for a long time, right? So I think it was like pretty pricey.
It to me is just for the one scene alone with the model where he's like torturing the model and like and she's always in like a state of undress throughout the first 30 minutes.
The excellent cover from Vinegar Syndrome.
And then there's some really good. There's one scene that I didn't see coming at all where the guy's like taking a piss at the urinal, and then the way they shot that and stuff, I was like, God Almighty, man, that's pretty hardcore for that time period too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put it. I'd say good. I don't think it like needs to be in it slays. I don't think it's meh. I to me it's good.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm not going to argue about that. It's decent. So that's where you'd put good.
Nobody said they're not a slasher fan though. I think we're all or
We're all
both of us are
slasher
slasher fans.
fans. Yeah. As a matter of fact, that's the only thing that I religiously kind of get from Vinegar Syndrome. I get like all the slasher movies that they come out
Yeah.
with.
Oh my god, this next one will be great.
Elves.
We did a commentary on this one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're big supporters of the Elves as well. And man, there's a lot of stories about this movie. This is what they call it, the white horse. Is that it? Or the white whale? What's the word
what do you mean? Like
for
in terms of
Vinegar
like trying
Syndrome?
to
Like,
get it?
yeah, this is
Like
like
yeah,
their
it's the white whale, yeah.
the
The
white
white
whale.
horse is Rob Zombie. You don't want to fuck with
Okay,
that. That's a whole other.
yeah. This is the white whale for Vinegar Syndrome. Make no mistake about it. Those motherfuckers have tried their best to find the print or any sort of materials on Elves, and it just doesn't exist. If it exists, nobody knows where in the hell it's at. So we may never get a updated version of Elves, but seek it out. I think it's on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. Dude, like this is another one. It's bad. It's a bad fucking movie, but it's fun as hell. It's enjoyable. Fucking Dan Haggerty is hilarious.
I think that's what makes it like that because it's completely miscast with him in that role and like him smoking all the time, like
and just carrying a
movie
box
about
of cigarettes
Christmas.
with him. Yeah,
literally a carton. He's just walking around with it like all the time.
Isn't there a scene too where a young boy wants to see his sister's tits or something like that?
Yes, that's another. That's like it's like one of the beginning scenes, I think.
And the name of the movie is Elves, but there's one elf. There are not multiple elves. One
Well, they
elf.
couldn't afford. It was low budget. They needed more money for the
And it's
elves.
really not an elf. What would you call it? It looks like a little demon, really.
Yeah.
But man, this would be killer if they could somehow track down to get like a because it's a VHS rip is what it is, and it looks bad. Like it, maybe that we'll be stuck with that from now on. But this is I think that Elves slays Uncle Bill.
Oh my god, I can't put that shit up in there. Ain't no way.
What?
I mean, it.
Listen, remember this part, Uncle Bill?
Yes.
Yeah, the little kid says, "You got big effing tits," and I'm telling everyone that I saw them.
Dude. I mean, it's similar to Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 in that it fucking transcends being shitty, goes on to a whole other level. I don't think it's as good though.
What about Dan Haggerty's acting?
Dan Haggerty's amazing in it. He's smoking filterless Winstons all through it. Or
there's no way I can put my cigarette out in this mall. I'm not going to do it.
Fucking lives in there, doesn't he? When that's something else that he live in the mall or something.
I'm living in the mall currently. I've come upon hard times.
Oh God. Why don't we put it in good? It is good.
It is good.
I'm not gonna put it in meh.
But I think deep down I think it slays.
I kind of deep down agree with you, but I just can't put it in the other category.
You think we'll lose credibility?
I think we will as horologists.
All right, what's
what
next?
The fuck? I've never seen this.
You're the one that
I probably gave this to you, yeah, but I don't know if anybody's seen this, but this is the kind of shit that like I was talking about. So this is Werewolf Santa. Oh shit!
I'd kind of like to see it.
I would too. I feel like that we should have watched it in preparation for this show. Is anybody in here by any chance?
Where would one get a hold of Werewolf Santa to even watch it?
Werewolf Santa. There's got to be at least one motherfucker in here that's seen Werewolf Santa. Come on, there's probably the director in here. He's waiting to see if it can
Hey,
show up.
let me tell you something though. The concept itself, to me, should at least get a meh. Because it's fun. It's stupid.
I agree with you.
And there's no films in meh yet. Wild Eye Releasing, says Peter Sellers or Sweller.
I have no idea. No, nobody's seen it. So let's go ahead and just put it in meh.
It may be on Tubi.
Tubi.
Werewolf Santa Claus. Werewolf Santa Claus.
I bet this next one is completely like. Something tells me you haven't seen this next one.
Which one?
If I was guessing, CK. Anna and the Apocalypse.
I have not, no.
I actually have seen this movie. It's a fucking musical set around Christmas about, like, I believe it's a zombie apocalypse outbreak. It could be an infected person's outbreak. I don't know. It's one of those things.
Mm.
I'll put it to you. I'm going to use the thing that Joe says all the time. It's not for me. Like, I get how people could like this movie, but it's not a movie that I would seek out.
Justin Smith says it's the drizzling shits. As does Carter.
Yep.
So I agree with them too.
Has anybody in here seen this movie? I can't imagine our audience watching this fucking movie, really.
Probably not. That was on a few Christmas horror lists, though.
Yeah. So we got a bunch of drizzling shits, and then it's good, but you just have to be on
below the drizzling shits.
It's not. I don't think it's the drizzling shit. I mean, it's just not something that would be made for you or I.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hate musicals as well, to be honest.
Let's put it in
the shits.
I don't think I could get through it if it was a musical. Speaking of which, my wife was watching that damn Taylor Swift movie that come out. Earlier.
What, the fucking concert movie?
The Eras Tour.
God.
Those outfits she's wearing is pretty nice, though. At least you can look at her, you know. I wish she'd have less clothes on, but it is what it is.
Up next is Gremlins.
It slays.
Come on.
It's not even a discussion.
Yeah, I don't even want to fucking talk about that.
And that is a Christmas horror movie, I think. I've always seen it as such.
It is. There's no fucking way that movie would not be the top tier of a Christmas.
You want to try to rearrange this screen here? See if we can.
You can try it. It ain't going to work, though.
Let's see. Is there a way to move the... Let's see here.
No, there's not. I promise you. I can decrease the size of this, but that's about all we could do.
Uh-oh. I'm figuring it out. Well, maybe I am, maybe I ain't. Who's to say? That's Tom Atkins. How about that?
How about what? Ain't nothing changed, is there?
Oh. How about that?
I'm not sure that helped.
Why not? Well, go back then.
Hold on. Let me try something real quick.
What is it?
So what is the issue?
I mean, it ain't a huge issue.
Hold on. I mean, I can this thing here.
Yeah, some of the ones at the bottom people can't see, but I guess that's not a big deal.
Give me a second, boss. Golly. Motherfucker.
How about that?
Come on now.
What is pal?
I'm gonna try some technology here. Hold on. Knock that shit off. There we go. Hold on.
This segment
Watch
of
this.
the show is sponsored in part by Dead Pit on Patreon.com and Into the Dead Pit the Movie.com.
That's right. What about that?
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
What'd you do?
I just made it slightly smaller.
Scott Stapp. Yeah. Creed World Tour 2024.
What if you lived? What if I died?
All
All
right, we need to be getting through these bulls. We're almost an hour
Let's
in.
pick it up. Let's pick it up here. All right. So next up is Garrett's favorite all-time Christmas movie, Inside. The French,
Inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The French stalker pregnancy slasher film.
I like this movie a lot, but I don't see it as a holiday horror movie. I know it's set around Christmas time, evidently, but I mean, there's a few movies here that is set around Christmas time. That to me, that doesn't really make it a holiday horror movie, but I knew we'd have to put it on this list.
Yep.
So,
I'll just say this: like, I don't know if I would necessarily even consider it a holiday horror film, but I will tell you this: as a film alone, it fucking slays.
yeah,
So I don't know what
it
that
does.
is.
But as a holiday horror movie, I would probably put it in good.
God damn, you're killing me with this fucking shit. All right, fine. Some people are saying it slays, and some people are saying it's just meh. And then some people are.
Well, I mean, not everybody's going to like reading the movie. I don't really like it either. I don't understand at what point in time did it become not the thing to fucking dub a movie. Like I would rather.
I don't know. I would too.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you though that I believe that Inside slays, just as a film, and that's just how I feel. Next up though is a very less serious fucking film. This one never caught me the same way as like say something like Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 or Elves or something with like comedic value to it. I think it was too like trying to be too purposely fucking hokey and comedic for me to like it. But this next one is Jack Frost.
It's the shits.
I kind of think it is too. Like every time I've tried to watch it, I've thought to myself, "Oh, this will be fun," or you know what I mean. And it's always just fucking shitty. It's not.
It is a good example of that direct to video, low budget, stupid comedy horror shit, like from the mid 90s. Like that was a big thing. I mean, those movies are kind of fun, I guess, every once in a blue moon, but dude, like, yeah. The coolest thing about Jack Frost is the damn VHS cover.
And the shower scene. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah. Shannon Elizabeth getting butt fucked by a snowman.
Oh, I did, Matt. I put it below. Yeah, I put it in fucking right in the shits. Next up is Krampus, which I fucking hate. I put it in the drizzling shits. I think it's a stupid fucking movie. If you like it, then I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry for you. Because
I rewatched it recently. I'd gotten the 4K for real cheap on one of them sales.
Yeah.
And man, Michael Dougherty as a filmmaker, and I love Trick or Treat. I mean, of course, everybody knows that. Technically, as a filmmaker, that movie is great too. It looks like $1 million, Krampus does. And it starts off well enough, and the concept is good and everything. But as the movie goes on, you're just begging for it to fucking end. At least I was like, I would say the shits. I would say Krampus is the shits, not the drizzling shits. The shits.
Vanderhoff, you want me to pull out my titty so you can suck on it, you little baby? Like, it's just the fact that I don't like the same shit as you. You'll get over it. We're all adults. God damn. People have different
Does
opinions.
anybody
Man.
really love Krampus that much, though? Is he talking about Krampus?
Apparently.
I mean, that's one of those movies that's.
I'm never surprised by some of these people.
Yeah, I don't see how anybody could really be that big into Krampus. It did, lead to a gazillion Krampus because Krampus is like public domain. You can't copyright Krampus. It's evidently some sort of old European like folklore or something. So there's Mrs. Krampus, there's Krampus versus Claus, there's all kinds of shitty
It's a
asylum movies.
stupid fucking movie. It has like gingerbread men that come to life and try to kill people and like
Little
toys.
dolls and shit.
It has no idea what it wants to be. It's a mess. It's fucking awful.
This movie ain't good, Vanderhoff. Come on, buddy. Who are you kidding?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're gonna win this one, bub.
I haven't heard. This is the only time I've ever heard anybody defend Krampus, and to me, it's the worst kind of movie because, like, it's not bad enough to really get your blood flowing. You want to talk. It's just bad in that you just want to turn it off and you just want to forget about it.
There, fuck you. It's in the drizzling shits. What do you think about that? I got the power to do that. Ain't that killer?
Oh shit!
I'm just kidding. I don't even think I would put it in the drizzling shits. Really, I think it would be in the shits.
Okay, let's go on. What we got next?
Up next is one that's 1,000 times better than that fucking piece of trash, which is Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The
Yeah,
Toy Maker.
yeah.
It really is too. It really is, in my
Yeah.
opinion, better than that.
Yeah,
and
those
several movies.
the IVE movies that they released them back to back to back. That's easily the best of those three. There's some funny shit that they throw in for comedic relief as well. Like they've got probably the most expressionist looking little boy that I've ever seen in a movie in this movie. And he's making the same expression on the fucking cover. And I think they did that on purpose.
Yeah, he's not the one that's supposed to be the robot, by the way. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And
He's
then
just a really bad actor.
Mickey Rooney is in this, the immortal one himself, as a toy shop owner, right? His toy store is Pedo's Toys. His name is Joe Pedo. Get it?
Mickey Rooney's amazing in this movie too. Like I'm not sure why he's in this movie. I'm assuming just for money, but he's great in it. As is the creepy little like what's his Geppetto guy? What's his name? Is his name in his name like
Pinocchio or something like
Pinocchio?
that.
It's some version of like Pino
Yeah.
or something like that.
Pino,
Yeah.
it's it.
Yeah.
Hey, Pino.
Oh God.
Silent Night Deadly. I would put it in. This is tough because I do enjoy it, but I don't really ever go out of my way to watch it. It's not one that I ever like, oh man. Of those three movies, it's the one that I would watch. I would put it in meh.
I'd put it in good, but I'll put it in meh. Because I mean it's not, it's definitely better than Krampus.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think we can all agree with that.
Yeah.
It's another one of those movies though that like if you're looking for something like holiday thing to watch that like is so insane and shitty, but that it's great, kind of the same way that Silent Night Deadly Night 2 is. Like that's another one that's, and I feel like that they might have been trying to make something like serious with that movie too, with part 5, but it just didn't come out that way.
That was the last Silent Night Deadly Night movie in the original franchise, at least.
So let's see. What is next? I don't even know what the fuck that is.
FV, baby. I don't
I
know
can't
either.
see it. Hold on. Oh, The Lodge.
Oh, The Lodge. Okay.
Dude, The Lodge fucking creeped me out. Like,
See,
legitimately.
that's another one, though, that's set around Christmas time, but it's really not
Right.
a Christmas movie that much. To me,
It
this is like,
is.
I think this is similar to The Shining a lot, like in the mood and the direction and everything.
It is a Christmas horror film, though. I mean, in the fact that it's like a horror film that's set around Christmas, but it has really nothing to do with like Santa or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
It's about a woman that slowly loses her mind. Like,
Yeah, it's Elvis's granddaughter too, by the way, which is kind of interesting. I like this movie a lot, though. I didn't really. I think I watched it not long after it came out. It was like this was one of those pandemic movies, right? It came out pretty much digitally because there was no movies playing or anything,
yeah,
I think. And I was impressed with it. I like that movie a lot, actually. And her
same.
performance was great too. I can't remember her name, but we'll call her Little Miss Elvis. Little Miss Presley.
Can we call her Precious? Precious
Yeah.
Presley.
Dick Fifthwell, baby. He's been a
Woo!
member here on YouTube, baby, for 4 months. Happy anniversary, Dick Fifthwell. He says he's sorry he's late to the party. It's garbage day.
So, what are you thinking on this one? I put it at good.
I would put it on its slays.
Jesus, dude. I mean, that's you gonna put up the rest of that shit?
Man, I think it's better. Well, I don't know. I could put it with good. I mean, hell.
Well, let's see what the chat says then. But okay, it's between basically it's either gonna be good or it slays.
Good or it slays. You guys vote in the chat. Hurry. Oh, blue. Oh, Christmas. I'm saying 3 goods. 4 goods. The
4
Lodge
goods,
slays.
1 slay, 2 slays, 4 goods, 5 goods.
Now let's just go to good.
Okay.
Move on to the next one, boys. Lodge is a great movie, though.
It is. Up next, Silent Night, Bloody Night. Dana's all-time favorite holiday film.
My God.
I'd say Vanderhall probably loves this fucking movie. He's like, God damn, that blew my mind.
This was one of those black or the 588 bin specials at Walmart. Early cheapo DVD, because this was a public domain movie. It still is. There's like a gazillion different uploads of it on YouTube. This movie is the drizzling shits. If I've ever seen a drizzling shits.
Yeah, there's no real discussion to be had about this movie. It's one of the worst, slowest, most.
I remember the fucking organ music when it starts, and I'll like 2 seconds into the movie, I want to go ahead and turn it off.
Yep.
Because I remember the pain that follows.
Let's just go ahead and
let's not talk
if
about
there was
Maester.
if there was a lower tier than this, I'd probably put it in there.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the hell this is. I didn't give you this one.
That's the brand new one, the Grinch horror movie that they did.
The mean one. I've never even heard of this.
They were supposed to send me a copy of it, but I haven't got it yet, so I can't tell you if it's any good or not.
So what are we going to do with this? We've not seen it?
Well, let's just put it in meh.
Okay.
Meh is low, or the drizzling shits is low. Well, Ian Leo says it's the drizzling shits.
Well, we're going.
It don't matter.
Fucking leave it there. Oh my God. I just watched this one.
Mm-hmm.
And this is hilarious in terms of like, so we got Christmas, Bloody Christmas, and this one is on Shudder right now. If anybody wants to check it out, and I recommend that you do.
Mhm.
It's about a killer robot Santa that is made by the government. Well, I don't think the Santa part was necessarily made by the government, but there's like killer robot droid things made by the government, and this one's dressed up like Santa. And the first 30 minutes of this movie, I wanted to turn it off like almost all the way through it because the dialogue is exactly like Rob Zombie's movies, almost like he wrote it. Like I was like, this maybe he had something to do with this. If you make it past the first 30 minutes to where the actual Santa shows up, it's
Mhm.
pretty fucking killer.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say good things about it, but I've never seen it.
I don't recommend you watch the first 30 minutes because there's no point in it. It
Just
doesn't set
skip
up
the first 30
anything. Yeah.
minutes of it.
There's no point like watching the first 30 minutes.
Stuntman says that it slays.
I mean, I enjoyed the latter half of the movie.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, there's nothing I can really say about it. You want to stick it up in good or meh?
I wouldn't put it in meh, but I mean, is it as good as the rest of these movies on here? No. That are in good, so it's gonna have to go in meh.
Yeah.
Even though I think it's good. We gotta be fair.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see.
You knew this one was going to be on there.
Holy shit. Yeah. So the next movie on our list is one that is the scariest fucking movie on this whole list by far. Polar Express.
Dude, like I really do think that it has a dark tone to it. And I've always felt that. Like I don't know. It's different than like a Tim Burton kind of dark tone because a Tim Burton tone has a little bit of like, hokiness to it. This one is just creepy and all like it's not a horror movie technically, but fuck, it's very odd and I think it's got some dark scenes in it. And I think it's a great movie, actually, too. I know some people don't like it. Some people can't get through it, which I've never understood, but I love this movie, man. I'm not gonna lie. So it slays in my heart.
The Polar Express.
Yes.
Fuck.
You don't
Okay.
like the Polar Express?
I don't think I've ever watched the Polar Express all the way through because that fucking type of animation drives me batshit crazy. I hate it. So I'll just leave it to the chat. Like, where would you put it?
I would put it at the top, but that'd be just me. I would say it slays.
So we got a good, two mehs.
You could put it in good. I mean, I could live with good.
Slays. There's your slays. Meh. Garbage. What the fuck? Good. I think it's going to average out to be good anyway. Drizzling shit.
Ah, shit. Whatever, motherfucker.
I mean, he's just kidding. It's okay. All right, let's put it in good and fucking get on with it.
Couldn't piss off Bob Zemeckis.
So this next one, some people say that it's the best of those final three, and then some people
can go shit and fucking fall back in it.
I've always thought it was the worst, which is Silent Night, Deadly Night 4 Initiation.
Not only is it the worst Silent Night, Deadly Night movie, it may be tied with Silent Night, Bloody Night as the worst Christmas horror movie on this list.
I'm not sure if it's the
It
worst
ain't even
one.
really It's not there's no Christmas shit in it.
That's true. It's not a good movie though, by any stretch. It's a very fucking boring movie too.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit. I hate that movie. Drizzling shit.
Ian Lives just like flabbergasted.
I'm sorry, Ian Lives. But I hate Silent Night, Deadly Night 4.
Like I said, there's a big division between people. There's some people that say this is like the best of the whole series, and then some people that are like what we are, which is I can't even get through it.
Yeah, it's hard to watch, I think. I say it's easily the worst of the Silent Night, Deadly Night
Let's
movies.
put it in a drizzling shits because I think that's where it belongs.
We got a lot of movies to talk about, boys.
Black Christmas 2006 is up next. We were just talking about. We just did a review on this.
We
If you
did
want to see it.
Very in-depth review on this 22-minute review on YouTube. So if you want to hear us talk in detail about it, go and check that out after this stream. But
if you ever want to see a cannibalistic, incestual, jaundice maniac, you're in for a treat.
Gets raped by his mother.
Yep.
And ends up having his sister and his daughter at the same time.
Agnes.
Like, I don't, people love 2006 Black Christmas. I don't think I hate it, but like, it's one of those movies that's kind of just there.
It's another one though that's gotten a fan base like here recently. Like I said, you never heard shit about this movie forever. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden people are like championing it. I have no idea why, but
I would say meh. That's where I would put it. Because I just don't give a shit. I mean, one way or another, who cares?
That's true. Let's go meh.
Yeah. Like, I don't give a shit so much that I don't even own that on anything. I never bought the DVD of it. I think I may have had the HD DVD of it, but I ended up selling it. But I don't own it anymore.
I'll tell you this too, though, about that movie, man. Like, I feel like that I kind of like it more now than I did back when we saw it in the theaters, and I still kind of fucking hate it. So I don't know. We're getting there. Don't worry, real fright. Next one's Better Watch Out, which is one of the most criminally underrated Christmas horror themed movies on this list. Probably the most underrated on this list, I would say.
Yeah. I love this movie too, man. I only watched it that one time. I don't own it. I would love to see somebody do like a 4K of it or something, and then I would pick it up. Watched it one time. I love the twist in it, which they don't do this shit in movies anymore either. There is a twist in this that they do not fucking give away in the trailer. Huh. Well, think about that shit. Fuckers in Hollywood, assholes. But the performances by both of the kids in it, great. Cinematography's great. Has a great Christmas feel throughout the whole movie. It's got a little bit of Home Alone thrown in there from what I can recall. You know, it has that feel to it as well. I like it quite a bit.
Also, the lead actor is phenomenal in that role.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you hate that motherfucker so much by the end of that movie.
Yeah. You just want to smack the shit out of him yourself.
Yeah,
but you can't because you'd get arrested.
I would. I wish there was a category between good and it slays, and I would put it there because I think it's better than good.
Well, if you put it in taking the fact that it's more recent, it came out in the last 8 or 9 years. I don't know how old it is.
2016, I think.
It's as good as a holiday horror movie could be, modern holiday horror movie. So in that respect, I say that it slays.
Okay. I'll go with you. I think it does too, so fuck everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is this?
What in the hell is that?
Slade?
Yeah, I've never seen that. I don't know.
It looks like it belongs.
It looks, it does look like a drizzling shit.
The Dorm That Dripped Blood. You watched this today, so you got a better and it's been a while since I've seen this movie.
Man, I thought I liked this movie a lot more back in the day when I watched it. I rewatched it today. Very slow. It does have a fun, it does have that early 80s slasher feel to it, kind of.
Yeah.
The lighting in it sucks. It's a very dark movie. You know, you can tell they didn't have a big budget. This was I think this was the debut performance from the lovely and talented Daphne Zuniga, baby, who's barely in it. I think she's in the very opening 10, 15 minutes. It
You
has a
want to
couple
see
of
a
really
good
good death scenes in it, so that's good.
you want to see a good Zuniga movie though? Watch The Initiation.
Okay.
A good Zuniga horror film,
It's a damn
not
good
this
looking
one.
woman from back in the day, too. This Canadian movie, same guys that did The Kindred did this. Stephen Carpenter would later go on to do the classic Soul Survivors, Uncle Bill, with the lovely and talented Eliza Dushku, who needs to fucking make a comeback, man. I miss her.
I agree. I don't know what the hell happened to her, man, but
I
she
think
was
she
like,
quit. I think she quit acting. But this movie's not that good. It's known as Pranks and Death Dorm, the dorm that drips blood. I say it's a meh. I would put it in meh.
I don't even remember it. So I mean, whatever. If you want to put it in, yeah,
And
let's
this
put
is
it in.
another one that it's set around Christmas, but it's not really a Christmas movie. The only thing the story is they're getting ready to demolish this old dormitory, and the college is on Christmas break, and a few of the students are staying to help clean out the dormitory or something, and they get killed off one by a mysterious assailant. And you can hardly see it because it's so fucking dark. May is being kind, in my opinion.
How you doing, Mimi? By the way, good to have you in here, Texas HXCX. Good to have you in here.
Yeah.
Up next
Bill
is
Foreman's in here.
one of the most overrated films of all time, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, man, I've never been a big fan of this movie. I remember seeing it in theaters and falling asleep on it, literally. I fell asleep on it in the theaters.
Oh,
And I think it's more of a Halloween movie than it is a Christmas movie anyway.
I do too, Justin Smith. I just hate that movie. There's something about it that's just infuriating to me. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know where everybody else stands on it, but if it was up to me, that movie would be probably in the shits or the drizzle.
I would say the shits. I'm honestly, I'm not a fan of the movie. I would never, if it wasn't for Sarah, I wouldn't even own it. She likes it for whatever reason, but I won't watch it again. I don't think. I'm sure it looks great in 4K.
All right, let's put it in the shits.
What do you think the best Tim Burton movie ever was? If you were to pick the number one Tim Burton movie of all time.
He's got a bunch that I like, man. To be honest, I'm not like a Tim Burton hater or anything. Like he did a string of 5 or 6 movies that's all sucked ass there in the later part of his career. But I mean, I love Batman Returns. I love Pee Wee. I love Ed Wood. Like, I mean,
I
Edward
even like
Scissorhands.
one of the last really good ones that he did was Big Fish, like probably 20 years ago. I think wasn't that Tim Burton? I like that one.
I think that was, yeah.
Edward Scissorhands.
Beetlejuice. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to pick it like between those movies. Those are all great movies.
Yeah.
We got to do P2.
P2.
I watched this like about a week ago.
P2, Judgment P.
Fuck. Yeah, it's the P800.
This movie's not the worst movie of all time, but like it's just fucking like
You really can't do that much with a girl trapped in a fucking parking garage. Like when the attendant is like insane or something.
It's probably the worst marketing ever for a movie, like a mainstream movie as well. Like the fucking poster is awful. The name of the movie is P2. Who
What an
in
awful,
the fuck?
yeah.
Well, who thought of that?
I'll tell you the truth though, like it's acted well enough, and honestly, I would probably put it in like meh.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's awful or anything. I just think that there was some awful people involved in the making of and the production of this movie, and it's like it's one of those lost movies that it's called fucking P2, man.
Yeah, it never had a chance, really.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I would agree. It's kind of meh.
Yeah.
This is kind of an even
let's just
race so far.
yeah it up here. So the next film is a damn classic in the Christmas genre, man. It's
Is it?
the Gingerdead Man with Gary Busey voicing the Gingerdead, who's only in this fucking movie. Like his voice is only in it for like 5 minutes. They must paid him by the word or something like that. Like he's
He
in it.
did it over Skype.
Yeah.
Drizzling shits. I don't even want to talk about this movie.
We got to though. So I don't know how you feel about. I know you know you're not a big. Isn't this a full moon?
Yeah.
I know you're not a big fan of Full Moon or Charles Band.
You see that Charles Band married somebody that could have been his daughter or whatever,
Yeah.
like 30-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like Charles Band is a good person, just in general. He rips everybody off. He's all in it for the money, and he seems like a douche. But that being said, this movie is kind of funny. It's not a good movie though, by any stretch. It's like a straight to video kind of vibe to it. So I don't know.
I'm not going to say anything positive about this movie. Full Moon to me, especially since like probably the late 90s, it's like he just creatively just fucking gave up and come up with just the stupidest, most ridiculous shit ever and made movies based on it. Like fucking Evil Bong and the Gingerdead Man. And what's the movie with all the offensive fucking characters in it and shit?
I can't remember.
Just to get a rise out of like
Yeah.
the lowest common denominator of people to
he's
buy
like
this
I said,
shit.
he sucks. He definitely there's no question about that. Hey, Eli Cortez. So let's go between Meh and the Drizzling Shits in the chat. Like, if anybody's seen this movie, that's right, Rambo. That's how we do it here. Nightmare Before Christmas is the shits. Elves is good.
Elves is I would have put Elves in its Slays, and that's where I would have put it. Hey, Bobby Reynolds, what's going on, man?
Drizzling Shits, Meh. Where are we going with this one? We're all over the map here.
Drizzling shits. Drizzling shits. Come on.
We got two for drizzling.
Vote,
I think it's gonna go into drizzling shits.
Drizzling shits. I'll put the Christmas lights back up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Christmas time.
Right there. Rare Exports. I know that one for sure.
Yes, this is one too that I really kind of. I mean, isn't it Finnish or something like that?
Something.
It's from one of those European countries.
Definitely original. The concept of the movies.
Yeah, they kind of rewrite the lore of Santa as like more of a darker character in this movie, and it's definitely those guys from that area. What is this? Finland or Sweden or something like that? They make some of the most interesting fucking movies. Around that area, like Let the Right One In was another one from around that time period. I think that one's severely fucking underrated.
Which one? This or Let the Right One In?
Both of them, really. But Let the Right One, nobody talks about Let the Right One In at all.
Well, they made that shitty fucking US remake of it that everybody thinks is the only like version that exists. Like it's just like let them in or something, or I don't know, it's something weird like that.
Yeah.
But the original is the only one that's really classic.
Yeah. I think this is like as good as about any movie on this list, to be honest with you. I mean, it's original.
It is a great movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Very well made. Very dark as well. I need to rewatch it, actually. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I like it a lot. I would at the very least, it's good. I would maybe even put it up at the upper tier.
So what it looks like we got several people saying that it slays and some people saying that it's good. So between it's good and it slays, which is where we're at with this, for the people that have actually seen this, let's take a poll. Who was it that did that all the fucking time? The NWO?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
One more for the good guys. Or the bad guys, or whatever the hell he said.
survey says.
Is it good, or
Good.
does it slay?
Got 2
You're
slays,
asking.
a good.
Hmm.
I don't know if that means people have seen this.
I don't know either. Time will tell.
Ah, fuck it. Let's just a couple of goods.
Well, you call it, Uncle Bill. I would say that. Fuck it. I think it slays, man. I like it a lot. Holler at your boy.
I like it. I like it a lot. Well, it's going up there then. Fuck it.
Cool.
Next up, Red Christmas. I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either. Any thoughts on Red Christmas in the chat?
Has anybody seen Red Christmas? I know it was on like Shudder or one of those, so it might be that somebody's seen it.
Yeah, if we don't hear anything from anybody in the chat, we're going to put it in Drizzling Sheds. Automatically.
Jesus Christ, that's a hell of a plot synopsis. Did you see this?
Red Christmas.
It's good. It's about an aborted baby who survives, grows up, and wants revenge on D. Wallace.
That actually sounds pretty great.
A lot of people are saying it's good. It's got D. Wallace in it. How bad can it fucking be, really? Let's put it in good.
Okay.
Then we've got the classic, one of the all-time like trendsetters.
Yeah.
The styled and profile.
Just the legend behind this movie alone and the fact that it pissed off so many parents back in the early 80s. It fucking slays. I have a love-hate relationship with this movie, especially some of the people behind the scenes in this movie. Yeah. But to be 100% fair, it's probably the most iconic of all of the holiday horror movies. It really is. It's got probably the biggest. Everybody knows what Silent Night, Deadly Night is.
Yeah. It checks off all the boxes too. You got the crazy grandpa scene. You got the death scene on the side of the road. You got the punish shit where he turns into Manchurian.
The guy gets decapitated on the fucking sleigh.
Yeah. Let's just go ahead. I think we can all agree.
Linnea Quigley.
Quigley getting impaled on deer. Like, come on. We're talking I think that's like pre-boob job Linnea Quigley too, isn't it? Or maybe like right around the time she got the boob job.
Yeah, this movie came out in 84, I think.
When did Savage Streets come out?
Savage Streets was the same year, 84, and then she had the tits by 80. What? Well, Return of the Living Dead was 84, I think too. So sometime around 84.
Sometime in that time period, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go. I think we can all say that this is true.
Yeah.
The next one, Bill Goldberg in Santa's sleigh.
I'm shocked that nobody's re-released that.
Me too, really.
I figured for sure somebody would bring that back out. Even Lionsgate, if they've got it, they could do like a Vestron video release of it or something. This is not a good movie though. This is one that I actually had and ended up selling, I think at a convention or something. I just didn't want it. I was like, I'm never going to rewatch this. But at the same time, like it does have a goofy factor to it. It's ridiculous. The fact that they hired fucking Bill Goldberg.
Out of respect for Bret Hart, the drizzling shits.
Yeah. I hate Goldberg, by the way.
Yeah, Goldberg's an asshole.
Yeah, no shit. Goldberg is a Jewish name. Was that you saying a Jewish man can't play Santa Claus?
I think that's what he's getting at.
To be kind, though, I mean, I would put it maybe in the shits. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not good.
It has some of the dumbest scenes with the worst like CG effects. It's got Fran fucking Drescher in it, and doesn't it have James Caan in it for no
Yeah,
reason?
I think he's in the opening scene.
Okay. Then what would you say, shits or the drizzling shits?
I would put it in the shits because it's not the absolute bottom of the barrel, but it's pretty damn close.
Yeah, it's right there beside Nightmare Before Christmas. That seems fair.
That's where it belongs.
And we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder, which is that a Christmas movie?
It's probably set around the
Right.
Christmas holiday or something. I never did like that movie.
I tried really hard to like that movie.
I would say it's been a while since I've seen that one. It's got to be the drizzling shits, man. Like that's torture to watch.
Shredder's the shits. Charlie Varick says Shredder's almost good in a 90s video rental kind of way.
I mean, it does have that look to it, but
It does, yeah.
so does The Fear. It has that look to it. And I wouldn't say that movie was good either.
That's also true. Shit. I
say drizzling shits.
God, that's tough. You gonna put down there Silent Night, Bloody Night?
Sure.
All right. I'll do that just to piss people off.
Yeah.
Let's see. Silent Night. Just Silent Night.
Yeah, this is the one with Jamie King and Malcolm McDowell. And the Santa Claus is kind of creepy looking in this. But it's not even really like it's kind of its own movie. I wouldn't say it's a remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night. The Santa in this has the blowtorch, you can see.
There's some good like death scenes. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd go as far as saying it was good. I would probably put it in meh because it's like I rewatched this, I think last year. I think it's last year. It's one of those movies you want to watch maybe every 10 years or something to try
every
to
fucking decade. It's like the killer from Jeepers Creepers. It just
yeah, and then like you'll just watch it again to reiterate the fact that it sucks.
This is true. Malcolm McDowell is the least convincing Wisconsin sheriff ever.
Malcolm McDowell's a shitty actor too.
I've
always thought that.
He's another one of those dudes. It's like he forgot how to act.
It's like his character in the Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Dude, like that's bad for even like off Broadway play shit. Like he was just bad in that.
So what are we going with? Meh or good here? I'm gonna put it in good and say fuck it.
Well, go for it.
He was pretty fucking bad in
that. We should rate actors. People would really be pissed off then.
Yeah, they get their vaginas hurt. Jack Frost 2. I watched this movie a days ago. I bought it on Blu-ray and never watched it, so I was like, fuck it, I've got it. Like, might as well. And oh my god, man, it's like it's the drizzling shits. There's no
well, if the first one was the shits, there's no way it's not the drizzling shits. This one isn't it.
It looks like something we could make right now. First of all, it's got some of the dumb special effects, the dumbest stuff in it.
Yeah.
There's nothing good about that movie.
That's the shit, drizzling shit.
Drizzling shit. Here we go. Now this is one that's interesting because this
look how even this list is, man.
Yeah, it's not even meant to be that way, but it's just kind of how it turned out.
No.
That's because like we know what we're doing, and you should always trust us.
We're fair.
We're all just, even though you might think you know more than us, you don't. That's what you need to understand. To All a Good Night.
Now, for me, this was one of those weird exceptions in that the remastered edition of this, when it finally came out, Scorpion and Kino did like a Blu-ray of it a few years ago. Because up to that point, we just had the shitty VHS tape. That this had never had a official release since the VHS days. I think it helped the movie quite a bit. Now, is it a good movie? No, but it's to me, To All a Good Night is a solid meh.
I tried to watch it on something, and you're right. Like, it was so dark and grainy and shit that I couldn't, like, I don't have it. I don't have a physical copy of it or anything. I was trying to watch it on a streaming service and could not, like, get through it because it looked so shitty. So I don't know what it would look like physical media wise that might help it, but I would probably put it in, the shits. Knowing, I mean, right now.
I think they located the original negatives for it and did a new 4K scan of it. And it's a night and day difference. It really is.
Is it the David Hess one? To All a Good Night?
He directed it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it's got Killer Santa Claus in it again.
I say we go with meh.
Yeah, I think it's a solid meh because it's better than The Dorm That Dripped Blood, to be honest with you. So I couldn't rate it lower than that.
Up next, everybody's favorite Christmas movie. The third time that Black Christmas shows up on this fucking list. And that's Black Christmas 2019, one of the greatest Christmas movies that ever existed and ever will, really.
This is one of those where I haven't seen this yet. I think you and we're going to do a review of it before Christmas because we've reviewed 2 of the 3 Black Christmas movies. So why not review the third one? And third sounds very close to turd. So I've heard a lot of people say that this was awful.
You never saw it at all?
No, I haven't seen it at all yet.
Oh, I don't know what possessed me to do it, but I just decided to watch it one night because, like, I'm a huge mark for, like, the original Black Christmas. It's one of the worst films probably on this list. It's pure fucking.
Should it have its own the colon twins?
Yeah. It's I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it's like trying to sit through just fucking watching people eat or something. Like, just pick the most boring thing you can imagine and try to, like, get through it.
What's funny is the damn poster art. Like, they couldn't think of anything better than just fucking having fucking just girls standing there. Oh,
look here.
Here we are.
Look here. We're standing around. Look at us. We're so diverse. We're going in the drizzling shits.
Oh, there's diversity in this movie too.
It's woke, buddy. You don't know it.
Well, did Disney make it?
Probably. It looks like something that they fucking make. Like,
they're in the boardroom. There's like, no, we've got to have every ethnicity in this group of girls. We can't have 2 white girls.
No. I'm just glad to have it down there where, if there actually needs to be another something underneath drizzling shits that just fucking bury it in there.
Yeah.
Just dig a hole underneath the drizzling shits.
I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say that they like that Black Christmas.
There's no way you could like that movie.
Yeah. It's a Blumhouse, so that tells you something right there.
Yeah. So what about this one? Because this is another that's very divisive among people. For some reason, some people love this movie and some people absolutely hate it. And that is David Harbour's Violent Night.
Dude, I was excited to see this movie when we saw the trailer on. I can't remember what it was. It may have been like one of those Halloween Kills or something like that. They had the trailer for it. And I was like, holy shit, this is going to be great. Because it kind of looks like like a updated version of like a Die Hard, which Die Hard was kind of a Christmas movie too, but like an action movie, but Santa is the hero in it or whatever. I fucking hated this movie when I watched. I was shocked. Like, I was like, holy shit. It was not funny. The lead guy in it did not work. What in the fuck was the guy's name?
David Harbour.
Yeah, did not work. John Leguizamo's in it, so that should automatically make you hate it.
It doesn't help.
I was not a fan of this movie though. I did not like it. It looked great. I mean, it was well made and everything, but it just didn't do anything for me.
I love the idea of the movie. I didn't think that it was. I didn't hate it, but I thought that it could have been so much better than what it was. And there was a couple of things in it that was like, just they fucked up really bad. One of them was putting John Leguizamo in any form, especially as the main heel. But the other thing was just a lot of the humor and shit in it didn't work. It was very odd.
Yeah, I didn't think the humor worked in it either.
Is it another
I'm
kind of okay movie with whatever.
I didn't notice the wokeness in this one, but I may have missed it. I don't know.
Entertaining popcorn flick. Yeah, it kind of is. Thrown together. That's a good way to describe it. Yeah. I've not seen Fat Man, Charlie Burke. That's one that could have been on this list.
Yeah, it really falls apart in the second half as well. And a lot of the characters in it are like, whatever. Like, who cares? I would say I would put it in the shits.
Okay.
I think it's about as good as Santa's Sleigh.
Damn. It's rough. All right, we've only got 2 left.
2 left, boys. Do we have enough time to unbox something a little bit later?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 with fucking Bill Moseley running around with a goddamn salad bowl on his head.
Yeah, he's got a colander on his head.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't say anything in the movie at all, hardly. It's a very, very weird freaking movie, too. Like, what a weird choice to go with part 3, which they couldn't get Eric Freeman back, right? Because it's the same character. He's playing the same character Bill Moseley is.
It's awful, man.
It is. It's not good.
I don't think I would put it in the drizzling shits. Maybe I would, actually.
Maybe the shits. I think it's in the shits.
All right.
Well, wait. Hang on. Where's part 4 at? I don't say. Oh, yeah.
Part 4.
Part 4 is the drizzling shits. So, yeah, 3. I think 3 would be a good. Yeah, it's the shits.
Yeah, there's no way I think that part 3 is worse than part 4, by the way.
Right. Part 4 is the worst.
Let's put it right. People are so mad at this list. That makes me happy. We got Wind Chill is the last one on here. What an anticlimactic fucking ending.
Right. I've never seen it either.
Anybody seen Wind Chill? Anybody want to comment on Wind Chill?
Ian says it's meh.
Yeah.
I've heard a couple of people say it was. I mean, I've heard people talk about it. I can't recall if they liked it or not, but meh.
All right. Well,
we'll take Ian's word for it.
Yeah, we'll just put it in fucking yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got here. We got in the top tier. It slays Black Christmas, the original, Christmas Evil, Deadly Games, aka Dial Code Santa Claus, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, Gremlins, Better Watch Out, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Rare Exports. I think that's pretty.
That's the best of the best right there, boys.
I think that's true on all counts there.
Right.
So we can skip the middle part because I mean that's self-explanatory.
But the worst of the worst, yeah.
The worst of the worst is Silent Night, Bloody Night. I completely believe that.
Yeah.
Jack Frost 2, I 100% agree with that. Shredder, I probably would have put in the shits, but we went to the drizzling shits, so whatever. Deathcember haven't seen. Slade haven't seen. Gingerdead Man probably would have put that in the shits or meh. But
Drizzling
it can
shits.
go in the drizzling shits. Silent Night, Dead Night 4 100% belongs in the drizzling shits. And Black Christmas 2019. If there was something lower into the Earth's core,
Well, you know we're going to have to do an in-depth review of that, though.
you want to do it in depth. Why don't you just kick yourself in the balls like 30 times?
Well, that's what people like. They like us to torture ourselves.
That's as torturous as it gets.
But we did put the Black Christmas from 06 in May. But if you want to hear an in-depth review of that, we uploaded it earlier today, and it's the first time we actually went in depth and talked about that movie too. So a lot of people are putting that movie over here 15, 16 years later.
Dead End with Lynn Shay and Ray Wise. No, that's another one that we can do later. That movie's fucking weird. So you want me to save this or
save it? Even though we've never really done anything with any of the other ones, but you can send it to me. Maybe we'll do something.
That's true. We need to do something with all this shit.
Maybe we can put it on Patreon or something. What does it save it as? Like a image file or something?
Hold on, I'll find out. Let's stop sharing this or it'll fucking.
Man, look how festive this damn screen looks. I'm happy with how all that's went.
It saves it.
I got your Christmas gift in today, Uncle Bill. See what it is?
Oh my God, yeah, I can't wait.
Pet Cemetery Bloodlines on Blu-ray.
Fuck.
Merry Christmas.
God damn it. I'd rather you just take a shit on my face and make me sit through it again.
Well, I'd rather do that too than give you that. I'll shit on your face all day.
Oh shit!
Like I'll try to hold it as long as I can too, so it'll be a big meaty pile right on your chin.
Do the things to me that you say you do. All right, it's saved as something. I don't know. It's like an image.
It saves it as a PDF file. We got 128 people in here, so we appreciate everybody tuning in and everything. And you stuck with us this long, so we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing here in a minute. But tomorrow night we're doing, and I don't know how popular this will be because this is not a horror movie, but we get requested the weirdest shit ever was to do commentaries over.
That's definitely
this
true.
Is another one. We're going to be taking a look at Uncle Buck. And Jay Real and Daner are going to be joining us for that commentary at 10 p.m. Jay Real, you talk to him about fucking anything. You talk to him about fucking metal siding or something all day or just random shit. And so he makes it easy.
Yeah, I mean, he can really talk about anything for about 30 minutes, any subject. I think it's the fact that he drinks like 47 cups of coffee. Didn't he say that a day? Like he drinks like 2 pots of coffee or something like that. Like it just makes him.
Yeah, he's very jittery.
Yeah, constantly like.
Uncle Buck is I like Uncle Buck. I just think it's weird that we're doing a commentary for it. That makes no sense to me. Does it you?
No, but whatever. I mean, I'll do like whatever.
We'll do it. I like John Candy.
I haven't seen that movie in a long ass time, but it'll be interesting to see it.
Yeah. And a week from tonight is going to be a silent night, sleepy night. Michael Felcher is going to be back on here. And I promise you, Santa Claus can give me a lump of coal for Christmas if this doesn't happen. I'm calling him out on the whole trick-or-treat thing. And I'll be like, look, buddy, don't bullshit us. This is your thing. What the fuck happened? And we want to hear your excuse.
I can't wait for this.
Pal.
Well, what do you think about this comment, by the way? We'll be going up against Joe Bob's Christmas special on Shudder.
Well, it gives me pleasure just to know that it's Dana's not going to get to watch it live. She's going to be on there with us. Oh, shit. So I honestly, I don't think too many people is going to be watching Uncle Buck anyway, but we're just going to have fun with it.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Yep. So we're going to go get our packages, Bulls.
I'm ready. I've got mine right over here.
Well, let me go get mine. I'll be right back. It's in the other room.
All right. I'm going to fucking.
What are you going to do?
I was going to say I'm going to get something to drink, but goddamn, you
I'll get you something to drink. Let's see if we've got a little, let's see. Little video. We need to have
like an intermission video.
Let's see. We can put it on a loop.
Did you know this though? That Matt Boy Color got a hand job watching Uncle Buck the first room.
Hell, I'd say it holds a very special place in his heart. Then. All right, we're going to do a little intro thing again here, and we will be right back. How about that?
It's fine.
What the hell is this? Can't do that.
It lasts about 10 seconds.
How about we just do Steve breathing on a loop?
That's They wrap this shit like a bunch of assholes.
Oh, I got one. Any guesses?
Okay.
What I got?
I ain't heard nothing from Bender since I'm in assholes.
Well, did you do a what was it? The Flash pre-sale thing or no?
Flash pre-sale. I don't remember, honestly. I don't think so.
Well, that's what it is. You fucked up. You fucked up, pal.
No, I didn't. Oh,
Who we still got in the chat here tonight, boys? We still have 120 people in here somehow. What time is it?
I don't know.
It's almost midnight.
It's 2 minutes.
J Reel's Nutbag says that Steve monitoring the chat like he's Yarmo Radu. Who the hell's that?
You don't know who Yarmo Radu is?
No.
Radu?
He used to be a jobber in WCW.
Yeah. He was part of the Radu connection.
Here's what I respect about TJ, though. At least he participates in the chat and acts like he cares. Dana's still in here, but she won't say nothing. She watches everything that we fucking do, but she won't say.
She don't say a fucking word to us. You know what else she don't do?
What?
She don't subscribe to our Patreon, even though she subscribes to that old shitty Joe Ball Patreon.
I mean, that just makes no sense to me. And then she's going to be doing backflips, paying $50 for a Joe Bob t-shirt. Who the hell cares? Fucking $50 for a shirt. I don't give a fuck if a dollar of it goes to every fucking charity across the country or something. I'm donating to everybody. I ain't paying $50 for no fucking shirt.
He said no. Dollar of it goes to every charity.
Goes to fucking Shriners, the Save the Children.
That's a killer idea, really.
Ethiopians for peace or whatever the hell it is. Give a shit.
Right.
Ain't donating to nothing. Fuck them. Especially if fucking Fright Rags is involved. Them cocksuckers try to charge $30 a shirt. Are you kidding?
That is true, man. Like, I don't know. Everybody does that now, though. Like, every one of them fucking companies does that now. Like, standard price for a new shirt's $30, which is fucking
well.
Me.
If you go to shop.deadpit.com, by God, our shirts ain't fucking $30. You can get them right now on sale. Shop.deadpit.com. $15 a shirt. It's 35% off. Yeah, close to half off. 35% off. And we got better designs. Where else can you get a fucking J-Reel shirt? Nowhere else. So you ready?
Peter Speller says that he made tacos tonight and it cost him $80.
God damn, boy.
That's cute.
What'd you put? Fucking you put crab and filet mignon and shit in your tacos? You know something that pisses me off though? Everything's going up.
Yeah.
Have you looked like, you remember you and I, our big thing was crab legs back in the day. Like, you know, at some of these Asian restaurants and Japanese restaurants and stuff. They don't do that anymore. If you go to like a grocery store or something and try to get crab legs, they're goddamn 10 pounds of crab legs is like $300 and some dollars.
That's fine. That's pocket change.
Piece of, fuck that shit.
Give me them crab legs. I will give you $500.
Hell, $500. I can go get me a fucking room by the ocean and go out and catch my own fucking crabs.
A room by the ocean.
Get me out. I want to catch my own damn crabs. Pay fucking. Are you kidding?
I got a room by the ocean. I want to catch a crab or two.
Look how well wrapped my package is.
Yeah, it looks looking bulbous.
So what? You said you got a couple of different packages. I've just got one. So what are we going to do? Just go through the titles individually on here?
I have no idea. I just know I got my shit in. I ordered like stuff from that 88 Films sale that was around Black Friday and from the MVD sale. So I've got that.
Just a Vinegar Syndrome sale, and I didn't really buy a whole lot of shit. So let's dig into it. You want to go first?
I'll go first. I'll do the MVD sale first. We going back and forth, or do you just want me to go through it, or what do you want to do?
Well, we can just do them by company. You can do one company. I'll do the Vinegar Syndrome. You do whatever the other one
let me just say right off the bat, it's not very professional to fucking put a rubber band around your fucking Blu-rays. What the fuck?
What is that? You said that was the 88 Films?
No, that's MVD.
Okay.
Just a rubber band, just fucking it all up. Garrett would have a damn stroke if he saw it.
It fucked you slip covers up?
I don't think so. Okay. So I've got The Heavenly Kid.
Ooh. The Heavenly Kid was only what, $3.99 or something like that?
Something crazy like that. Yeah. Disturbing Behavior. I think that was the most expensive one I bought of all these.
That's a pretty good movie. What in the hell's all the stickers on them?
They just say the names like over top of the shrink wrap. I don't know why.
It's like some sort of inventory thing or something.
Some sort of coding, yeah.
That's weird.
This one was $3.99. Getting Even with Dad.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was really out on Blu-ray or anything, but it must have been out for a while if it was that damn cheap.
Yep.
Macaulay Culkin with a mullet.
This one ain't great or anything, but I'm trying to complete my Jean-Claude collection. I don't have this on anything, so Death Warrant.
Yeah, I don't recall. I remember the cover, but I don't really remember the movie.
It's the prison one, the one where he ends up in prison and like he has like I
kind of remember that, I think.
He's in there. I forget what he's trying to infiltrate some sort of drug ring or something like that. But yeah. I mean, it ain't horrible. And then this is the one I just took Garrett's word on because I've never heard of it nor seen it. Night Visitor.
Yeah, I ordered that one too, but they haven't even shipped my stuff yet. That was only what, $5.99 or something?
Yep, I believe this was $5.99. Who's in this? Elliot Gould, Michael Pollard, and Shannon Tweed. That's a hell of a cast. And then this one actually does have a slipcover, which is bizarre. And the slipcover is the worst like Photoshop shit I've ever seen. I See You. Look at that fucking head they put on Stallone. Yeah, that's you.
This was a bad period for Stallone when that movie came. Like, what was it? Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
seemed like he was doing a lot of really bad shit.
I watched Copland the other day. It's not horrible. They should have given him more praise for some of that shit. When did this come out?
Should they? I think it was like maybe 99, 2000. You all right, buddy? Holy shit, is he stuck? What the fuck? Is he stuck or am I? I mean, it's showing that I'm good. Bobby Reynolds. Oh, there he is.
Ha!
I'm glad you come
I don't
back here.
know.
I was talking forever thinking you was just looking at that.
I just fucking.
What if,
What if?
go
Go ahead.
You go for it.
What if Dead Pitt and Rob from ETN Entertainment Talk Nation did a collaboration? What if we did though?
What if? Would be
That's
huge.
what Scott Stapp would say. I mean, what if?
I mean, Rob from the ETN Entertainment Talk Nation show is more than welcome to come on
Well,
here. As is Seamus. We invite Seamus on as well. He could even come on it using his real name. If WWE gives him a hard time.
Motherfucker freezing up for some reason. The internet's
goddamn internet. Well, maybe we should go through these quickly then. How about that?
Go for it, quick. Boy, shit blows up.
So this is my Vinegar Syndrome Black Friday haul. Seems like my haul gets smaller and smaller every year, but
I've heard that about you.
I finally picked up Flesh Eater in 4K. Dude, this movie's goofy and fun. I don't care.
That's right.
And a lot of people recommended this one to me. This was a newer one. I don't think I got it. Maybe I did get this one on a slot sale. It's another 80s slasher movie, Night Screams. Right, it's another one that I don't think I've ever seen, from 1987.
Heavy Metal Turtles
is another one that's in 4K, man.
What a crazy world we live in.
And you're probably going to be like, what the hell? Why in the hell did you get this? I've got all these, and this was getting ready to go, it was getting ready to sell out. So I picked up Showgirls, boys, in 4K. Look how nice it looks. Oh, it's got naughty shit on it.
It's got. You gonna watch it and never say her? It'll be kill as fuck.
Honestly, though, like I'm not a huge fan of this movie, but it is one of those movies from when we were in high school that was like a real big deal, and I have a little bit of nostalgia for that. And it is a pretty sweet looking set, and it's what's her name? Elizabeth Berkley's titties and in 4K.
Yeah, but I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with getting that.
And I heard a lot of people talk about this, and they did like a new edition of this. So this is the Angel. This is Blu-ray, right? Yeah. And if I like it, like I normally like these revenge movies or whatever, I might get the other ones. Did you ever get this one?
I never did, but I saw it on Shudder before, and it's not bad. Oh, Bobby's got another super chat here, boy.
Bobby. Well, you got Bobby Reynolds. CK is like the Expendables YouTuber version of Rob from ETN Entertainment Talk Nation. Cool. Well, I appreciate that, sir. And last one, we appreciate the super chat too, is one that I bought new because I was that excited about it. This had never received an official disc release at all. Fatal Games.
It's the one I'm really looking forward to getting in because I want to watch that. But like, I've not heard a damn thing from Scream Factory, and I don't think I ordered anything that was like pre or anything.
But they did include this with it because this was the April Fool's thing, and it's probably the ugliest slipcover that I've ever seen. So I'm gonna sell it. If anybody wants to purchase it for $35, it's yours.
That's
Go
fucking
ahead.
brutal. That looks awful.
It is pretty bad. And I'll even scratch off this is like a scratch off ticket or something too, I think.
Can you actually scratch those off, or is it
You
like
can.
just,
Yeah.
oh Jesus.
It's like a game or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be one you have to put up or something will happen to it. Like the shit will start coming off of it.
It'll probably start coming off of it anyway, but
Yeah.
it's a shitty fucking slip cover, man. What they should have done was do some sort of lenticular version of the theatrical poster for Fatal Games. People would have dug that.
Pretty much
yeah.
could have done anything else than that, and that would have been better.
Yeah, there is the Vincendo.
Vincendo. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So that was my Vinegar Syndrome Black Friday haul.
All right. I've never bought anything from 88 Films, so I've got no fucking idea. But this stuff was on sale and it was killer. Like in terms of like a lot of it I don't have.
Well, you've been taking advantage of the because you become region free not too awful long ago, right?
That's right. Yep. So we got Chuck Bronson's 10 to Midnight.
Ooh.
Which I do not own. Might as well do that super chat real quick from Dick Fitzwell.
Dick Fitzwell. $4.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. My guess is Slippy is going to say Screambox gave them money for. Well, they gave.
Yeah,
money.
I mean they had to.
I mean, there's no question about that. But what delayed the physical release, in addition to, hey, we need some extra money, so here's the streaming version of the same thing that we're going to release. That's just kind of odd.
Love this movie. I don't own it on. Only thing I have it on is DVD. This is the Blu-ray of The First Power.
Ooh, that one is not out in the U.S., is it?
I don't know if it is or not on Blu-ray. I know that I've had the same DVD for 20 years.
Yeah, I don't think it's on Blu-ray here in the U.S. If it is, it's probably out of print.
So Dana loves this movie, so I'm probably gonna hate it, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Hide and go shriek, bitch.
Yeah. That's another one that's kind of like meh. Be on a meh list. It's got the Karate's Bad Boy on it, though.
Oh, that's good.
Mike Barnes.
Listen, I'm sorry about this next one, but when I was a kid, this used to be on HBO constantly, and I used to like it then. I'm sure it's probably not very good now. Student Bodies.
Yeah, it's probably been a while since I've seen it, but I don't remember like falling in love with it. But like I said, it's been a while.
Yeah. It's just like a satire on slasher films from what I remember. Like,
yeah.
And I've never seen this, have no idea about it because it's a slasher and it's like one I've never even heard of. Blind Date.
I don't think I've ever seen that one either.
Scott.
Blind Date.
Kirstie Alley. Joseph Bottoms. That's a fucking killer name.
Joseph Bottoms.
Keir Dullea,
He's British. He has to be British, right?
Gotta be. The guy from Black Christmas. From this as well.
Peter Sweller says it's the drizzling shits.
Well, of course. Everybody thinks everything's the drizzling shits. I ain't never seen it though, so I don't know. And then this one, which it won't be too much longer before this comes out on something else. But for right now, try getting this shit from Scream Factory. Sleepaway
Right.
Camp 2.
I was talking to Christian Hannah about, because he had a video recently about those Screen Factory releases and how valuable they are.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, sell those, because those will get re-released. I guarantee it. It'll probably be Screen Factory re-release them. When that happens, and this is to everybody out there, those Blu-rays will drop probably 90% of the price. Right now, you can sell those for $100 a pop easy on eBay.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way they're not going to re-release those either. Like, you'd have to be out of your fucking mind to think that they're not going to.
Well, even if it's going to be a while, hell, get the damn 88 film version of it. There ain't no reason to keep that shit. So
that's what I got, though.
Cool. We did an unboxing, had a Tears for Fears, and had a big crowd in here all night. What's some stuff we got coming up, Uncle Bill? Do you recall?
Well, you got Uncle Buck. You know,
Uncle Buck.
Commentary. Buck. Then we got the interview with Slippy. You know, that's coming up.
Right.
Slippy
interviews a week from tonight. That'll be a huge show. Totally expecting probably. This cat's fucking clawing the shit out of my legs. I'm going to have to
beat the shit out of it.
She's wanting attention. She's wanting a pussy painted.
Always the case. Yeah, 1,000 Nights of Salo, 1,000 Nights of Pudding.
Yeah, but the Salo thing doesn't look like it's going to happen. But, I mean, it's up there. If people want to donate, Garrett, I think he's being a little bit greedy, Uncle Bill. He's wanting $200 to watch Salo and eat chocolate pudding at the same time.
If he wasn't acting like fucking Daddy Warbucks, maybe we get to it at some point. No.
Yeah. We're going to be looking at Vortex. We're going to be doing a review on that and reviewing Dario Argento's acting chops and a commentary for David Cronenberg's Crash is coming up in probably a week or so. We can figure out a time to do it.
I can't imagine watching that with you. That's going to be killer.
I want to have to order it. I don't think I have it. I might have it on I don't think I have it on DVD. But anyway. But yeah, guys, I mean, we appreciate everybody joining us. It is a work night still, so we're going to get going. But this has been a fun show. It's always fun doing these Tears for Fears shows and everything. And yeah, anything else you wanted to mention on here?
Not really. Y'all just eat my butt. You can pull some smuckers onto my ass.
I'm going to get back cream horn and shove it around my ass and let you eat it.
Do it, you son of a bitch.
All right, boys. But yeah, we appreciate everybody. Have a good weekend coming up and everything. We'll see you tomorrow night for Uncle Buck. Stay tuned over at deadpit.com. Give us the thumbs up.
Off your butt.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a fuck.
I want you to. I don't care. Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. Click that bell.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit radio shirts. You can get Last South on the Left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Dead Pit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows, fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.
We ain't